Logan Gilbert didn't have to add a splitter. He was a number 3 starting pitcher heading into the 2022 offseason. But guess what he did? He took embodiment of the logo and sold out to be the best version of himself on the mound. Because that, at the end of the day, is all Logan Gilbert identifies with. Not the money he makes, not what number of the pitcher he is in the rotation, but whether or not he reaches his potential. And the splitter embodied his self-awareness to be willing to take on something that was perceived as a risk, but that he knew would improve his potential as a starting pitcher. Gilbert's high arm slot and pronation-heavy mechanics weren't built for a changeup. His 2021 changeup was a disaster. It had an okay stuff profile, but the command was about the worst you could possibly see from a starting pitcher in the major leagues. Given his hand size and how quickly Gilbert took well to a true forkball type of grip, the movement profile is doing all the talking, as the spin rate constantly is in that 3-digit spectrum and rarely, if ever, goes above 1,000 RPMs. If there ever was a pitcher built for the splitter, it's Logan Gilbert and his massive hands. His splitter immediately became his best put-away pitch, securing a 20% swinging strike rate over the last 2 years, an arsenal that previously had no put-away pitches within it outside of his fastball. And it has allowed him to fix his changeup problem without having to throw a below-average changeup or manipulate his mechanics to get to a better one in which his release height drops significantly. Sometimes you don't need to fix a bad pitch, sometimes you just need to replace it with a better one. The best pitch design isn't forcing what should work. It's building around what does work based on a pitcher's natural movement tendencies. And when somebody is open-minded like Logan Gilbert and willing to work with something that is perceived as a risk, you can look really smart as a coach. But at the end of the day, Logan Gilbert, his hand size and his ambition and his identity with simply wanting to improve rather than to be a certain number of pitcher or a certain number on a free agent contract is what has allowed him to thrive at the major league level and is what has made that splitter really a big brand of his identity now and going forward. I've trained 50 MLB pitchers and 3 Cy Young winners, committed to authenticity and results. At Unfiltered, the only standard is the truth.